sir.
Okay, so now you're okay.
For
Yeah,
that,
I got it.
uh,
Okay, so okay.
yeah. So yeah, my name is Gina Ananda Septiany and my friend Gading Regina, and we are from Uin Sunan Gunung Jati Bandung, majoring English Education Department, third semester. So
Okay.
right now we will ask you, sir, about some teacher things or teacher related stuff. So the purpose of this interview is to fulfill task critical academic listening. And
Okay.
yeah, so without any further ado, let's get started.
Okay.
For the first question, sir, can you tell us about yourself, like where are you come from, or your background in education mostly?
Right. Okay. Well, my name's Jim. I'm from America. I'm from the west coast of America, which is maybe California and Oregon, Washington. But I went to school in California, and after I graduated from high school, I went to university, and I was studying German and French, and then I ended up studying linguistics, and because I'm interested in languages, and from my graduation, from my experience learning linguistics, I wanted to teach English instead of teaching German in America or French in America. I wanted to be able to travel around to other countries and teach English. So, I mean, that's one of the benefits of teaching English. You can go anywhere in the world, and they want to learn English. So it's a good language to be able to speak well. I went to graduate school. Can you hear me okay? There's some noise in the background. Yeah, that somebody's working next door.
Yes.
That's yeah, they're doing some construction work next door. So you'll be able to hear that.
No problem, sir.
Okay, okay. No, but after I graduated and got my bachelor's degree in linguistics, then I went to graduate school and got a teaching credential to teach English in America. But then after that, I didn't really want to teach English in America, or didn't want to teach German or French in America. So yeah, I when I was at university, I played gamelan. So from playing gamelan, I became interested in Indonesia, and so I came to Indonesia in 1994. 1994. So I've been here for 29 years. But yeah, uh, and during the 29 years, I've been teaching English quite a bit. I was an English instructor at EEP for maybe 15 years, but I was also the director of studies there. So I've been teaching English for quite a long time in Bandung, in the Bandung area.
It's very good, sir. I'm very I'm very grateful for your experience. Make me want to uh, traveling around the world.
Yeah, yeah, it's nice. I mean, I feel lucky that I speak English just because I was born in an English-speaking country, because I can go anywhere and teach English and find a job and stuff. So yeah, it's nice for that. It's nice. Have you ever traveled to another country?
No,
But
No,
not yet.
not
not
yet.
yet, sir.
Okay, okay. Hopefully, yeah. It's good experience, I think, to see how other people live, and yeah, just be in different cultures and things. It's quite interesting, I think. Yeah. So you guys you're in your third semester?
Third semester.
Okay. So, and then when you finish, what do you want to become?
In
English teachers or?
yeah, in our major is to prepare be an English teacher mostly.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I would recommend that. It's nice. It's nice to teach English.
Okay,
Where
so
is Gunung Jati?
yes, we
In
are
Where is it?
Bandung.
Bandung. Bandung, sir.
I know, but where in Bandung? I'm not sure where
Uh,
exactly that is.
It's
Soekarno
Oh,
North
okay.
District.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And both of you are from Bandung?
Yeah,
Yeah.
originally
Okay, good.
Bandung.
Right. Okay, okay.
Okay, thank you for the next question. What inspired you to become a teacher? Maybe the reason you become a teacher.
I think probably it was because when I was younger and going to school, I always enjoyed going to school because I enjoyed the teachers and I enjoyed learning new things. So I think just from that general experience of just liking being at school and liking teachers, I kind of always thought that wow, that would be really fun because you'd get to meet lots of young people and help them learn. And yeah, so I think for me it was just because I always liked school and I always liked my teachers that I kind of wanted to go that direction. And then after I graduated with a degree in linguistics. Then after that I concentrated on becoming a teacher more specifically. But yeah, I think that's probably the main reason.
Okay, it's very good, sir.
Okay. For the next question, sir, have you ever teach in another country or just in
Just
Indonesia?
Let's see. No, you know what? I've taught when I was in America doing my student teaching. I taught Japanese students, but in America, I didn't teach them in Japan. So for teaching English, I think I've only been in Indonesia as an English teacher because I live here now. I'm married. I have a house, and so this is where I live, and so I don't. Yeah, I don't think I haven't taught in any other countries. I've been in lots of places in Indonesia, like I've taught in in East Kalimantan, and I've taught in where else? Just some other areas, I think, but mostly Bandung. Yeah.
That's very good, sir. You can exist in other countries, so but
Well, actually, no, let me take that back. I have taught English in Germany
Oh,
because when I was doing my graduate work in Sacramento in California, I had a chance to get a scholarship to go teach in Germany for 1 year. And so I have, and because I know German, the German language is one of the languages that I learned in school, and I know German quite well. So, excuse me, I taught in Germany for 1 year in a small town. So that's another country that I've been to also. So that was fun.
wow, it's
But
very.
Europe is very different from Indonesia. I mean Europe, because I'm white, right? I'm a white person. So if I go to Europe, it's like I'm the same as everybody else there. So
mm,
like, so that's kind of interesting. Here, no matter what, no matter how well I speak Indonesian, they always know that I'm a foreigner, that I'm not from here. But in Germany, I could be German person. I could be German. So it's yeah, it's a little bit different and a little bit more similar to American because it's Western culture.
okay.
Okay. Thank you. And for the next question, how do you integrate technology
Your
into your English
English
lesson?
lesson when you are teaching in class, like
Right. Well, I mean, using technology in classroom nowadays, everybody's got cell phones and things, and I mean, technology is all around us, and especially during COVID. Then we had no classes offline; they were all online. So we had to use technology to teach at all. And now, like now with you, we're using technology to have this interview. I think, I mean, that's something that still happens quite often. That because we had to go so long with no classroom teaching, that now teaching online is quite common still. Still, people teach online. My wife teaches English also. She's Indonesian, but she teaches English, and often she's teaching online at home. So it's still quite common. Aside from that, just using what? I'm trying to think. It depends on how much money your school has. If they have boards that are digital, digital boards, or if you have yeah, some sort of screen that you can look at, or I mean, for audio and stuff, we use technology for practicing listening and things like that. But I think in general, my personal preference is kind of one-on-one with students and being able to just be there. I mean, using technology, especially with young people now, that's they're surrounded by technology and they live with technology all the time. It's different from me. Maybe when I was younger, we had no, the technology was nothing like it is now, but that's okay. I mean, yeah, I think it's inevitable that technology will be used more and more to teach. But for right now, I still think it's very important that teachers have the direct contact with the students, and you have that dynamic between teacher and student, and the communication is so much easier than if you're online, for example. Is much nicer actually.
Mm.
What kind of technology do you guys use like are learning to use in your classroom? Like
Or maybe television for uh,
yeah,
PowerPoint and like we presenting in groups, and
right.
sometimes we use like seeing YouTube videos in YouTube, and we what is it? Uh, some quiz in uh, our handphone in Google Classroom,
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and we also have our own website to uh, like us and materials in that website.
Okay. Yeah, I remember I was teaching at Telcom University also for a few years, and I always use PowerPoint for my lesson plans and stuff. It makes it easier, I think, when you can put everything on slides and then present them to the students. And of course, you have to kind of explain things, yourself. But having the PowerPoint slides and pictures and stuff, it's very helpful, I think. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, good.
So for next question, why do you think students need to learn English, and how do you motivate your students?
Well, I think for one, it's a little bit difficult to motivate students who are not that motivated. I mean, how can you they have to be motivated themselves. And usually the best students, the students who learn the fastest, they're the most motivated ones, right? They're the ones who don't care if they make mistakes, and they just want to learn. For me, I try to explain that in the world today, English is a very important language. I mean, it's used internationally for business and for just general communication between people who don't speak each other's language. I remember the first time when I was in Germany. I'm American, and I met this person from Greece. You know
Mm,
Greece?
yeah.
Yunani. Yeah. And he spoke German and I spoke German. So we could communicate with each other easily, but for both of us, it was not our language. It was a different language for both of us, and I thought that was really interesting. And I think English is kind of like that now for people like somebody from Japan who's speaking somebody from China. They use English to communicate, right? Like so because almost everybody in the world learns English
Yeah.
because it is kind of an important language for technology and for science and for lots of different things. So, but I can feel like what it's like to use a different language to communicate with somebody if you have the same language that both of you have learned. It's kind of nice. So like if for example if you Gina or Gading, if you talk to somebody from Japan, you speak English, right? Both of you. If you don't
Yeah.
know, right, you speak English to them, they speak English to you, you can still communicate, but for both of you it's not your language, right? It's just a language that you've learned. So I think that's a really important and helpful tool for communicating like all over the world. So learning English is not just about because you have to learn English. It's because in the future, if you want to communicate with other people, which now the global economy and just globalism is everywhere. I think I think it's an important skill to have to be able to communicate using English because it just opens so many more doors.
Uh, and I think in Indonesia, sir, there is still like English shaming. So, uh, English in Indonesia, what is it? Still, you understand me in Indonesia, like masih dipandang rendah gitu.
By whom? Who looks at it as lower? Who sees like Indonesian as lower?
Some people in Indonesia, like
Oh,
when we using English in social media, like
oh,
because in Indonesia the first language is Indonesia, not English. So uh, I don't know the English.
so what are you trying to say? When you use English in your social media and stuff, some people put you down for that, or what?
Yeah, like something like that. Hmm,
Um,
what's your about that?
uh, Maybe I think English language is the difficult language to
Ah,
learn. So, for example, the different about American and British, and also uh, uh, maybe one word is and the meaning is and many meaning of one word. Maybe uh, like
Yeah. Some words have many more than one meaning, but
yes,
you mentioned the difference between British English and American English. I
yeah.
mean,
yes,
they're both English. If I read a book, for example, if I read a book and it's written by somebody, a British author, I won't really know that it's British English. There's only some vocabulary words, maybe, that I would recognize, but for the most part, it's exactly the same. When you're speaking, though, or listening, then the accent is very different. And then you also have Australian English and you have New Zealand English, and they're all quite different and difficult the first time that you hear them. I think for both of you, maybe American English is not so difficult to understand, right? Because you hear it the most often. Is that true? Do you find American English the easiest one to understand?
Yeah,
yes.
American.
Um,
Easier.
but probably only because you hear it more often. That's all, probably.
Mm,
I don't know if you like to watch television shows from America or lots of watch YouTube videos with American English or something. Because the more you listen to like one accent, like American accent or British English accents, the easier they are to understand. So yeah, even for me as a native speaker, the first time I talked to somebody from Sri Lanka, which is, it's part of India, right?
Mm.
In India, they speak English. They speak English fluently, but their accent is really different. And the first time I talked to somebody from that area, I couldn't really understand them, even though I knew they were speaking English, but I couldn't understand them. And I'm a native speaker. So for you, I can understand also that if there's a different accent or something, of course, it's going to be more difficult to understand. But the more that you hear it, the easier it will be. So if you have a difficulty with British English or Australian English, I would just say try to listen to more of it, because nowadays with YouTube videos, you can listen to any kind of English that you want, and just get your ear and your brain used to hearing a different accent. So I think, yeah, I think it's easier now because you don't actually have to meet somebody from England or from Scotland. You can just look at YouTube videos and listen to them, and then you can improve your listening for those whatever accent that you want to get better at.
Okay,
So
I agree with you, sir. We must do uh, what, many listen to
Listening
different
more.
accent.
Yeah,
Yes.
different accent.
Okay. Thank you for your advice. It's very good advice.
yeah, you guys keep it up. Are you guys enjoying your studying? Are you
Uh,
enjoying your time
it's
at Gunung
things.
Jati?
There is yeah, some like problem in assignment and the material sometimes, and yeah, just
Okay.
enjoy the major.
Yeah. Well, it was very nice to meet you also.
Okay, nice
And
to
yeah.
meet you, sir.
So you know Pa Eri?
Uh, Me, because Mr. Eri is my English teacher too in
Leah.
Lia course.
Yeah.
Hmm. And yeah, first I uh, chat with Mr. Eri, and yeah, nice to meet you, sir. For this
Okay.
class.
Yeah. Because I've known Eri for like more than 20 years, I think. Eri and we are friends for a very long time, and his wife Mulyani, and actually other teachers at Leah also. But yeah, I've known Eri for a very long time. So anyway, that's good.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome. Yeah, good luck to both of you, and hope to see you again sometime.
Because in Indonesia, in Bandung, for searching some native speaker is really hard, not like in Bali or
Yeah.
in
Right.
some other country. So
Yes, that's true. Actually, in
yeah.
Bandung now, there are not so many native English speakers. But in the past, like 20 years ago, there were many. It was very easy to find people for interviews. But now, not so many, I think. But anyway, that's yeah.
Okay, for the next question, sir.
Okay.
For teaching career,
Yeah.
what problems or challenge have you faced, and how do you overcome them?
Well, I mean, it's always a challenge to try to get students to be engaged in the classroom. So, I mean, I wouldn't call it a problem. I would just call it it's a challenge that is always there. So I mean, I think trying to stay kind of fresh and use new ideas and keep trying new things that makes it interesting also for you. I mean, if people always taught the same thing the same way, it would be quite boring for the teacher and for the students, I think. So I think that's one thing I like about teaching. You can teach the same class to different students and it'll be a completely different class because you have different students and they understand things differently, and they have just different dynamics depending on the students. So every classroom is different, and so I like that actually. It keeps it interesting. So it never gets boring for if you keep trying new things, then for you also it's more interesting, I think. So I think, I mean, everybody's like that in their job. They always try to improve, right? And so if you try something in the classroom and it does not really work, the students don't really like it or they don't understand very well, then you have to change it and try something else, right? Try something new and different. So that's always a challenge. But I think if you know that, then it's something that you can be happy about and look forward to. So I think the main challenges with teaching are like that. I think in Indonesia, discipline in the classroom is not such a big problem. I think in America, it's much more difficult with students in the classroom for discipline, getting them to pay attention, getting them to be quiet. I think in Indonesia, I taught at junior high schools before at Salman Al Farisi. I taught also for a number of years. And yeah, the junior high school age group is a little bit difficult to get them to pay attention and listen and stuff. But I mean, that's just the age group, I think. So are you planning on teaching a particular age group when you're finished? Like elementary school or junior high school or high school or
Primary school or junior high school. I think it's more easier than
okay.
high school. But
You think junior high school is easier than high school
Yeah,
or the other way around?
it's, because in high school, like there is uh, senior high school and vocational high school, SMA dan SMK in Indonesia.
Yeah.
And there is like
Okay.
list for specific purpose, preparing to be a chef or to be a doctor. Yeah, yeah. We think like in junior high school is easier, right?
easier,
Yeah.
yes.
But
Okay, okay. That's interesting.
for teaching is
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
general
Yeah.
in teaching.
Yeah. But what about elementary school? Because I think elementary school kids are even easier, aren't they? They do everything you want. If you want them to sing a song, they will sing a song. I don't know. The junior high school is a little more difficult, but elementary school, what do you think?
I think also we teach in what elementary school we can
Very good with your
and but maybe it's quite difficult to what
discipline or
yeah
what?
to make student discipline.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they can be a little bit wild.
Yeah, a little bit of that.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. For next question, is there anything you love about being a teacher?
Well, something I love about being a teacher?
Yeah.
Is that what the question is?
Yeah.
Well, I think I already kind of talked about some of it. What I love about being a teacher is that it's never boring. It's always interesting, and also I like the feeling, and I'm not sure if it's true, but I like the feeling that maybe I'm helping students to learn more and then become more successful when they're older, right? So helping them. I think a lot of professions are like that. It makes you feel good because you're helping people to become better at what they want to do. So I like that about it. So yeah, I think it's a good profession. You guys, I think you'll enjoy teaching. I think it's good.
Is
It's a good thing to
there
do.
any more memorable moment when you are teaching? Is
Is there, say it again?
there is a memorable moment memorable.
Many, I'm sure, but yeah, I'm sure there are many, but I'm trying to think of a memorable moment. No, I'm not sure. I mean, almost all teaching moments are memorable just because it's, but they're all so different, you know, that you never do the same thing twice. So I
Yeah.
think, yeah, like I said, sometimes I travel to go teach, but I don't know. Memorable teaching. I just find that every level that you teach, like if I've taught elementary school kids, I've taught junior high, I've taught high school, I've taught college students and adults, they're all just so different. Yeah, it's hard for me to think of a memorable moment. Sorry.
Never mind, sir.
Never mind, sir.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, because we are sharing
Yeah, yeah.
stuff that often to do.
Okay, this is the last question. And do you have some advice or tip for teacher with
Some advice. Sorry, when this noise is happening here, it's hard for me to hear you guys talk because it's. So say it again.
There is some advice or tips for candidates like us,
Right.
tricks.
Well, a lot of times people ask me, yeah, tricks. Like, what's the one most important thing that you should remember when you're teaching? And I mean, for me, I think it's just really important that you have very clear objectives of what it is you want to teach every time you teach. You should have, you know, that's why you have lesson plans, and that's why you have learning objectives and things. I think that's probably the most important thing. What do you want the students to learn from this class today that you're teaching? And then, you know, hopefully you can achieve that. But yeah, I think the most important thing is knowing before you teach what exactly you want the students to learn from your lesson. And I think if you have a very clear objective for the students, then it makes it easier to reach that objective, to reach that goal. So I think, yeah. And it makes it easier for you. The thing I hate the most when I'm teaching is not being prepared. If you go into a classroom and you're not really prepared or you're not sure what you want to do, it's like torture. It's like, it's really bad. So sometimes somebody asks me to teach like a class with no preparation time because maybe a teacher got sick or something, and then I have to teach a class. And it's like, sometimes it's like, oh shoot, what do I do? So, I mean, even though I've been teaching for like almost 30 years, lots of experience and stuff, I still don't like not having time to prepare. I need to be able to prepare so I have it clear in my mind what I want to teach, how I want to teach it, and then what I want the students to learn. So yeah, I think that's probably the most important thing is, you know, prepare well and have a clear idea what you want to teach them. And it makes it so much easier and more fun for you.
So, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you also. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
So if you're ever in the Dago area, let me know. We can maybe meet in person. That would be fun.
okay, thank you.
Okay.
Can I save your number? your WhatsApp number? Can I save it?
Sure. Yeah, please do. Please do. No problem. I have your yeah, I saved your number in my phone also. So
Okay. Okay. That's
okay.
the last question, and because this Zoom is running out of time,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so
Okay.
and this interview. Oh yeah, documentation. Can we take screenshot picture.
Yep. Did you take a picture?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
And last, we say sorry for maybe we postpone the time
Yeah.
schedule.
Oh,
Schedule
that's
for
okay. Yesterday I was busy in the afternoon, so I couldn't do it yesterday. But yeah, it was okay. It's not going to be late, right? Are you late with this assignment? Or is it,
No.
when is this, when do you have to turn this in? When is it due?
Uh, maybe 1 week later.
Yeah,
The
11
Oh, okay, one more week.
11
11.
December.
Okay,
Hmm.
okay. Good,
Okay.
good. All right, so nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, nice to meet you too, sir.
Okay. Okay. So I guess we can leave now.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to leave now.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
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 Okay, see you later.